Well, welcome back to the morning show here on Arise News. Medical experts have always warned against deliberate bleaching of the skin, and years of research have shown that there is an undeniable connection between the practice or indulgence and the rapid explosion of various forms of skin cancer. Specialists in the treatment of skin cancer have committed time and resources to the effort to find an effective cure. It remains to be seen, however, how successful these efforts have been. We are now being joined for a quick chat on this by Zainab, a licensed medical esthetician, dermatologist, entrepreneur, and business owner. Good morning, Zainab, and welcome to the morning show.
Good morning, Adesua. Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you for joining us this morning. So first, I would like you to educate us a little bit about these harmful practices. Like, what is skin bleaching, and is there this undeniable link to skin cancer?
So basically, skin bleaching is a process of applying substances that will take out the dark pigment on your skin. Naturally, as Africans, we have been blessed to have more pigment, which we call melanin, which helps protect our skin from sunlight and UV rays and sun damage. But over the years, Africans, especially Nigerians, have embarked on this journey of bleaching their skin to become lighter, which research has shown has been linked to discrimination of skin of color and sometimes favoritism, because when you're lighter skin, you have more job opportunities, you're more likely to get a job interview and what have you. So people have become desperate in this act, using uncontrolled amount of substances like hydroquinone, like mercury, like steroids, to apply on their skin to get rid of the pigment and make them lighter. Currently, Nigeria is ranked #1 with about 77% of their women bleaching their skin. This is a World Health Organization report, basically. So as we continue to bleach our skin with these harmful substances, we are exposed to UV rays, and because ingredients like mercury and steroids can get absorbed into your bloodstream, it doesn't just harm your skin, it harms other organs. Now, Africa or Nigeria generally being in the tropics and having high amount of sunlight, you ripping off, the melanin in your skin exposes you more to sun damage. It exposes you more to absorb more UV rays, and this can cause skin cancer. So far, we have recorded higher cases, clinical cases of melanoma, higher cases of squamous cell carcinoma as well. So it is a deadly practice we have embarked upon, and we are doing our best to create more awareness around these practices. Because the truth is, a lot of people that we have engaged with don't know beyond skin bleaching causing, say, pimples or acne or hyperpigmentation. They don't know the underlying factors of skin cancer or kidney problems or eye problems or, it giving rise to other conditions like diabetes or hypertension as well.
All right, Zainab, thanks for the reference to the 2018 WHO report that says that Nigeria accounts for has about 77% prevalent rate, which is a lot, higher than any other country in Africa. My question to you is, what do you think is responsible for this? Because that same report, cited the statistics in Senegal, in Togo, in Cote d'Ivoire, in Ghana, and it's a lot lower. Even in Senegal, I think it's just about 27%. Why do you think that Nigerian women tend to be more disposed to bleaching their skins? Is it a celebrity induced factor? Is it about the people, popular people, even in government, who move from what they say from Coca-Cola phase to Fanta phase, transformation all of a sudden? Why do you think that Nigerians really were experiencing this high rate of bleaching in the country?
So thank you for the question. To be honest, there are a lot of factors. One is misconception about beauty standards. So from childhood, people have been fed this information about lighter skin is better. You hear a random word saying, oh, she's giving birth to a child and he looks better because he's lighter skin. Or if you happen to have siblings that are lighter skin, people tend to feel or assume the other siblings are prettier than you. Secondly is the availability of these products in the market. Even though we have some policies around, skin bleaching products, importation, sales, and manufacturing, there is zero or no implementation of these policies in Nigeria at all. You find people, you even walk to pharmacies, for example, and find these bleaching products. You find some of these bleaching products accredited by NAFDAC, which we've come to realize sometimes when they're trying to get this accreditation, they give a different product. But once they get the NAFDAC number, they change their formulations, which still gets us back to policy implementation. Another factor is, of course, our role models. Now, when you look at the media industry, when you look at the entertainment industry, or even politically, you tend to find that sometimes when women or even men that we've come across get political positions, for example, they tend to go for treatments that would enhance their colors. They tend to go for treatments that will change their skin color. And these are people we look up to. These are people we admire. So imagine as an adult seeing that, and then imagine what it will do to the younger generation. Because if you know a person before and all of a sudden is turning light skinned because they've become maybe an entertainment person or a politician, or they are now, into the media, you will just assume ordinarily that once you reach a certain level in life or a certain level in your career, you should look lighter than you are. Because generally we have attached or linked basically lighter skin with, a high status of achievement. So if you look darker, you hear words like, oh, are you okay? Your skin looks darker, it looks dull. And once you look lighter, people start to think, oh, she looks lighter or he looks lighter because he's doing well in life or she is doing well in life. So these are some of the factors that, contribute to people bleaching their skin, especially in Nigeria where you basically can get away with anything. So importation is really high. Our people have the spending power to buy these products. It is readily available even on the streets. It's available on social media. It's available even in pharmacies. So if as a person, you are looking for something safe and you decide to go to a pharmacy, which presumably should have safer products, and you find these products, it will be hard for you to determine whether or not they are safe to use. And generally, we need to create more awareness around these topics, because half of the people I've engaged with is over 10,000 people so far on the campaign I'm doing, Aseli. We've come to realize a lot of them start bleaching, especially the young girls, not necessarily knowing that these products will bleach their skin. So they just self-medicate because they have maybe teenage pimples. And when they walk into the pharmacy, of course, the first line of treatment they give them are the triple action creams. And sadly, these triple action creams contain high potent steroids that, when you use it, even research has shown steroid addiction. So not only do you bleach your skin or your system generally becomes addictive to this product. It's the same cycle like cocaine addiction or you being addicted to tobacco or marijuana. So after you use this product, there's a whole line of action for you to even withdraw from using it. And then withdrawal comes with its own consequences. So we've come across really people that would want to stop, but because of the fear of, the impact or the effect that would happen when they stop using these products, they are a bit reluctant to stop. So the best thing is not to even start using these products in the first place, which still boils down to creating more awareness around it. So far in Nigeria, there is little or no awareness around skin bleaching. even in the federal level, because I've been in a lot of stakeholder engagements. I've discussed with a lot of stakeholders in the health sector. Skin bleaching or skin cancer is not even a topic of discussion. So if we're trying to prevent these numbers from going higher, we do it now, because prevention, as they say, is better than cure. And when it comes to cancer, prevention is the cheapest, really, it's the cheapest form of cure.
Thank you so much, Zainab. So now we're talking about skin bleaching as a public health concern. And you said something very interesting. You said a lot of these skin bleaching substances that could be dangerous are even to be found in pharmacies. So do you think the government is doing enough when it comes to policy implementation or even policy making in itself to prevent these substances like steroids or hydrocodone from being accessible for young people, especially if they have addictive tendencies, as you said today? And I also want you to talk to us a little bit more about organ damage that can arise from skin bleaching, because I think people might have some sort of idea of a link with cancer or skin issues, but you spoke earlier about organ damage. So how does bleaching creams affect your organs?
Thank you so much for the question, Adesua. So to start with your first question on government policies, I definitely don't think the government is doing enough in terms of policies and in terms of implementation. Yes, we are talking about a lot of cancers, which I feel if we had created more awareness before it became a problem, we would have less cases. Now we are focused on cervical cancer, we are focused on breast cancer and prostate cancer. But these cancers also started from a very low level. So imagine if we had, funded campaigns, if we had put in so much effort and resources at the federal level to create more awareness around these topics, people would present lesser cases of these cancers because they are preventable. And even now with, medications and vaccines, for example, the HPV vaccines, we are finding it so hard to convince people, even the educated ones, surprisingly, to take these vaccines because there's so much myth surrounding vaccines. So if the government can put in place, first of all, campaigns or support campaigns around skin bleaching, which currently is almost non-existent. I mean, aside from the Asel Project that I'm running strictly on skin bleaching and skin cancer associated with skin bleaching, there is no other campaign basically tackling that situation. So it's just like a one-man army, and there is just so much one person can do about it. And since we are not just talking about skin cancer or skin bleaching or the effects on your skin, these ingredients, especially steroids, now steroids can affect even people that are not bleaching their skin. It can evaporate in the environment, and people within the household living with other people bleaching their skin can actually inhale it, and it can cause nephrotic syndrome, for example. It can lead to kidney damage. Sadly, we now have a dangerous practice by women, especially the pregnant mothers, the pregnant women, who are using these bleaching products. Now, these bleaching products can get absorbed into your bloodstream, and it can even go into the placenta and affect your unborn child. So you'll notice, notice a lot of kids that are being given birth to with retarded growth, with issues with their central nervous system, with growth issues with development. Now, a lot of these things, a lot of research that has been conducted, definitely not in Nigeria, in other African countries, have linked it strictly to the use of these skin lightening products, especially steroid-contained skin lightening products. I know the United Nations Environmental Program has done a lot of work alongside the World Health Organization on mercury-containing skin lightening products. I'm part of one of the campaigns they are doing, but there is still a lot more to be done because the skin is basically the largest organ in your body, and whatever you apply can affect other organs like your liver, because it can lead to, type 2 diabetes. It can lead to hypertension. It can lead to eye problem like glaucoma. These are all, issues that have been linked to the use of skin bleaching products. Sadly, what you get in the market or in the stores are not controlled, because even as little as 0.01% of the major ingredients in these triple action creams is deadly. It's called clobetasol propanoate. And these products contain way higher amounts. And that is why now we have a lot of cases of steroidal addiction. People that have bleached have seen the side effect, but are not willing to stop because their system is already used to these substances. So it is definitely a case of public health concern, and we are calling on the government and all the stakeholders involved, NAFDAC, for example, to come together and work with non-governmental organizations to push on policies, to push on policy implementation on the ban of importation of these products, on the sales of these products. We can take Rwanda, for example. Rwanda has basically placed a ban on importation and sale and use of skin lightening products. So it still exists in Rwanda. You can still find it, but people that are selling these products are doing it through the back door. So that has led to, reduced availability of these products, and it has made the product more expensive. So even if you find it, it will be a lot more expensive to purchase this product. Unlike in Nigeria, where you can get a bleaching product of 150 naira. So this is something that we've noticed. Even our adolescent children that I'm working with currently on the Asel Project, they easily go for those products that are 120. So they basically save up their allowances in school to buy these products.
All right, Zainab, tell us a bit more quickly about the advocacy that you are championing, the Asel Project. What are the impacts and the successes recorded so far? Who are your collaborators? What more collaborations will you need? And I would like you to link that to the possibility of your advocacy engaging, or targeting skincare giants who in the West, as you may be aware, have dropped, because of the success of Black Lives Matter, they have dropped from their literature and advertising the words fairness and bleaching. But of course, in India and in most parts of Africa, such words are still there on their products in using to push it. How do you think your advocacy will also include this sort of target, so that what is given to those in the West is also what they are giving to those in Africa and in India, for example?
Thank you so much for this question. So the Asel Project, which is, Asali is a Hausa word, which means your origin, your roots. And we deliberately chose that word because if we fall in love with who we truly are, then no narrative will change that perception. Basically, skin bleaching has stemmed from misconception about beauty standards and discrimination on darker skin. So the Asel Project is multifaceted, basically. So we're using different approaches to create awareness and empower women. First, we are educating women and young girls because it starts from a very young age. We are targeting adolescent girls and grassroots women, educating them on the health risk of skin bleaching, how it affects other organs like the kidney, the liver, the eye, and your skin, leading to skin cancer. But at the same time, because we realize, aside from just educating, they would know, but not all of them would be willing to stop. And then there is, the issue of poverty in Nigeria. Now, if you tell a woman, in a village to stop using a product of 150 naira and start using a product of 1,500, for example, how do you think she would afford that? So what we've done is to incorporate an empowerment aspect to the Asel Project, where we are teaching grassroots community women on how to extract oils from locally sourced ingredients. Now we educate them on these processes, and Buy Africa, which is the non-profit organization funding this project at the moment, is giving seed capital to every woman that has been trained as a startup capital for that. And we have partnered with the Women Chamber of Commerce, Industry and Mines to seek for funding to get equipment for these women. We are working on partnerships with NAFDAC. We are currently working closely with NICRAT to, create a research around skin cancer associated with skin bleaching. Just a few days ago, I was with the regional head for Africa for World Health Organization. And because they've done, a lot of work around it, we are looking and possibly trying to get, a collaboration between World Health Organization and Federal Ministry of Health to partner with Buy Africa on the Asel Project, just to expand the project, because currently the project is in Kano. We targeted Kano because it is northern Nigeria first, and secondly, there is the influence of the media and the entertainment industry in that part of the country as well. But we hope to make this a national project where we partner with the federal government, we partner with Federal Ministry of Health, Federal Ministry of Youth and Development, NAFDAC as well, and other media agencies to amplify this message and push for policies that would enable us to have a strict ban on the importation of these harmful ingredients, the use of the products, and even the sale of these products in public places.
Thank you so much, Zainab. Thank you so much for educating us this morning and speaking to us about the problems and the dangers of skin bleaching.